And indeed, welcome to another edition of the Chicago Tony V Show for Wednesday, April 20th, 2022. Good morning. Good morning. Let me get my look at the chat and wait for people to file in. Good morning, everyone. Happy Hump Day. I hope you have found your coffee. I hope you're ready to roll. The beautiful inside and out, the stunning redhead Georgie girl gets the gold medal podium finish. Very nice. It's very nice to see Amber glow. Amber, were you not around yesterday? Am I remembering that correctly? I get a little confused sometimes. Georgie, thank you. Always comment on this shirt. Thank you very much. And I gave you kind of half the value today, right? I know you like this shirt. If I were really trying to make a Georgie Girl centric live stream, I would have put the kind of purple lighting behind me as well. But I went with Christmas today. The Chicago Tank is in the house. Good morning, buddy. Very nice. Tank's music homework today, if I remember correctly from checking it out a little bit ago, is Led Zeppelin's Rock and Roll, right? Am I correct, Tank? Do I remember that correctly? Well, good for you, Amber. Amber slept a little bit. I don't blame you. We all need to catch our Z's. That's very, very important. The beautiful, the smart, the elusive Robo Kitty is in the house. Good morning, Robo. How are you? Thank you, Georgie. Okay, you'll take half the Georgie centric live stream. That's good. You're easy. Danny knows that. Okay, so Tank says yes, I'm correct. Led Zeppelin Rock and Roll is Tank's music homework. This is a reminder. So let's do a drawing on Friday. I still have no idea. I guess I got to go find the fishbowl, right? I wonder where the hell it is. It might be here somewhere. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Let's do a drawing on Friday. I'm super excited to see how that plays out. Super excited. Super excited. It's next to the birdcage. Very good callback, Tank. I still wonder what the fuck was the story with that birdcage. Why did I own that thing? That's going way back. I've gotten into the habit of I close the little topper on my Yeti mug, and I forget that I did it, and then I do this, and no coffee comes out. It's super annoying. I tell you the other thing that's becoming a trend. That is, it's upsetting. I need to really do some soul searching. I keep eating cans of food. I'm in a weird way. I'm enjoying pretending that I'm living in some sort of, Road Warrior movie, right? I even told myself yesterday I'm not going to do it. And I did it anyway. What does this mean? Robo says it's better than drinking from the wrong end of the spout and spilling it all over yourself. With the coffee, yeah. See, if I do this enough, I will spill it on myself. I'm getting nervous. Yes, Georgie, Lady Letter Carrier, and Amber. It's going to be quite the competition. I'm super excited. Super excited. It gets me kind of pumped up for the Indy 500, of course, coming up, which is also very. It's the month of May. In Indianapolis, they always talk about the month of May. Back in the day, the race, you could go every weekend for a month. It's probably still that way now that I think about it. Robo, you want to try and crack the code still this week? I think the contest is over. Actually, I know the contest is over, but still. Let's see. Amber says Lady Letter Carrier is the only one who can go to Indy, correct? I guess. I mean, I get, let's see. Lady, Amber. I mean, Amber, if you wanted it bad enough. Just saying. We have confirmation, right? That the elusive RoboCat is cleared for Indianapolis. I wish it would have been nice if it was one of my favorite pepperonis, but whatever. You know, she's pretty dedicated. I guess I ought to throw her a bone. I'm pretty sure I'm blushing right now. Robo says, just got to find someone to watch. I don't know what that means. TYLRT? What does that mean, dear? Oh, Tyler. Robo Kitty's kitty. As opposed to her. Anyway, what did I want to talk about this morning? Oh, there was something that I just saw that I find interesting. It's probably actually insanely boring, but I just noticed it right before the show came on. This looks. Are they going to forgive student loans? Is that coming up? It says CBS News says changes to student loan programs could bring millions closer to getting out of debt. In reading this article, it made it seem like some of the people, they're just forgiving it. You're good. No, you don't owe anything. But then other people, you're still going to owe something. How are they going to determine? And I love the wording they use. They're saying they are announcing fixes to multiple student loan programs. Fixes. Like, oh, we made a mistake or something. It's weird. They use it in this article several places, so I know it's on purpose. Fixes. Is anyone still dealing with student loan debt out there? Amber, your priorities are in check. I am all on board. It's your kidlet's birthday, so don't go anywhere near Indianapolis. Yeah, right. Elections are coming. That's it, Tank. Yep. They won't go so far as to say we're just going to forgive it all. Oh, we're fixing some stuff. You know, it's weird. I don't know what to make of it. But I'm sure there are some people crossing their fingers, right? I hope it's me. I feel especially bad for the people out there who are like me. I came out of college. You guys know I've talked about it, but I just feel like what a waste that was. Tank's missus is paying for her loans. Oh, the bride is paying her loans to get hers forgiven. She has to pay damn near the whole thing. They've worked that out. She has to pay nearly everything to get it forgiven. This is confusing to me. Anyway. I'm trying to remember what she does. Have we ever talked about that, Tank? Is she a nurse or something? I can't remember. There's a whole lot I can't remember these days. Yeah, I'm really shocked. I'm really shocked that their program is, doesn't make sense. I really find that stunning. Why am I not surprised? Georgie says, I paid mine off in 10 years. The ones that my parents took out for me lasted much longer. You're one of those responsible people, aren't you, Georgie? Health and Human Services, huh? See, that's tough. And the price of college, it's like through the roof, right? People are paying a whole lot of money to learn about the fluidity of everyone's private parts, which is important to know, because I didn't know that. I didn't know how fluid it was. Baklava. I wonder where Salty is this morning. Hope he's doing okay. Everyone who bitches about Obamacare to HHS to their congressman, she handles it. Health and feline services. Maybe, Robo, when you get tired of, of the medic gig, maybe you could work for health and kitty services. Bet you could. Health and feline services. HFS. Yes. Tank is quite the cat man. Hey, you know what I did? I was thinking about, I was, bouncing around on Reddit, of course, as I often do. And just something, I'm involved in so many subreddits. I'm sure you guys know how this goes. And the prepper subreddit, it just kind of tickled me. I think it's one of those things, the timing was right. And the prepper posts in my feed were just making me chuckle. Most of the time, it makes me freak out and hunker down and think about, okay, what I'm behind the curve here. I got to get with it, right? I think that most preppers, certainly myself included, were worry warts, right? There's probably a better word for what it is. Good morning, PK. Power Karma's in the house. Robo has never seen the prepper subreddit. I think it is just our prepper or prepping. I don't know. Something like that. There's probably 19 subreddits on prepping, now that I think about it. But I clipped some of these just because, I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I can't remember what I clipped, so this will be interesting to me now because I haven't seen them in a while. Let's see what I got. Preparing left me underprepared. This is a post in the subreddit. Preparing left me underprepared. I made some good choices at the start of the pandemic. Those choices might have made me underprepared for the next challenge of inflation. I bought food with a basic shelf life of 3+ years. I got enough for 3 years. I'm properly using it. Blah 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 blah. This is a perfect starting point for the basic premise here, which is that preppers are crazy. Camera 2 is down. It's the perfect premise, right? It's a perfect example of a post. Prepping made me unprepared. This is the sort of mental gymnastics that we can do when we worry a little bit too much, right? We're a little bit too tightly wound. If they're like me, preppers are they're mostly just thinking, Jesus, I hope I don't have to skip a meal. That's where most of mine is coming from. Let's see what else we got. This one tickled me. Should I learn to garden? Which is perfectly fine, and the answer is yes. I don't care where you are. I've been back and forth about how worth it is it for me to start a garden. I live in suburbia and don't have much land. I also kill everything, so that's fun. What I loved about this post is he's got the mushroom cloud right there. And it just sort of made me think, okay, so maybe this guy's expecting a nuclear detonation, right? Or maybe it's there because he's thinking to himself, I would like to grow mushrooms, but I kind of doubt it. But it's a whole, my feeling is if we've been nuked, it's just kind of game over. Robo says it's our preppers. Okay, thank you, dear. Preppers are preppers. If nukes are flying, I'm not going to be growing much kale. I think I'm just going to be I mean, do you guys agree? It's game over if they're throwing nukes, right? I don't think that would happen. All your food would be cooked if we got nuked. That's right. I think if would they tell us if the nukes are flying? Would we get a? I kind of feel like probably so, because someone high up in the chain, I'm convinced is twisted and insane and would like the idea of fear. Maybe we're like Monsters Inc. Maybe if we get terrified, they get some sort of energy off of that. But I have this feeling if the nukes are flying, they'd give us. It's like you got 15 minutes until you're obliterated. What am I gonna do? I think I'm just gonna, turn to the person next to me and say, "Hey, it's now or never." That sort of thing. Let's see what else I got. YouTube channels that aren't trying to profit off my anxiety. What are some YouTube channels that focus on skills of emergency preparedness rather than fear-mongering and conspiracy theories? It seems that many YouTube channels exaggerate in order to sell more product. I think this is that is certainly a real thing. Certainly a real thing. Tank would spend his last moments in a car. That would suck. Sitting in Chicago traffic. Oh man. I figured you'd be mixing a stiff drink, right? Isn't that the way to go out? Shit, I'm not a drinker, and I might do that. No kidding. Wait, Tank says there's a website that shows the radius of certain nukes on your area. That's fascinating. Oh, that's right. He says I kill everything. Maybe he has a nuke. I read an article of a guy who supposedly got his hands on some decommissioned nuke, and the guy used it to provide energy to his house for like 30 years. They just caught the guy, I heard. Some sort of decommission. Where's Jeff Woodward when you need him? Yeah, I want a bunker too. I think your boys are smart. I can't even remember this question. Oh yeah, YouTube channels that aren't trying to profit off my anxiety. What I love about that question, what I love about this question is he's expecting that other people know the know the integrity of these other YouTubers. Like how do they really know? Well, these YouTubers aren't trying to profit off of you and your anxiety. I just think it's kind of a stretch. But I see it in the gold and silver YouTube channels, what they do all the time, and it's so enticing. They have guys on all the time that are like, you know what, the real price of silver, it really should be valued at about $1,500, and now it's only $25. They do the same with gold, and they give you some math, which frankly, they're kind of right. They are correct, and it's so enticing, but also they're trying to sell bullion. So of course they're going to have people like that. I don't know. It's complicated. This one I freaking loved. This is someone who is just too used to going to Reddit and to the prepper thing for everything. Check out this one. I'm going on a cruise soon. What do I pack? A friend asked me to go on a cruise for a 5-day guys trip, baklava, to Cozumel and back. I've never been in a cruise, and I'm not sure what times or what items would be useful to bring along. I'm going on a cruise. What should I bring? He asked this of the prepper community. I just think that's hilarious. And he admitted to the prepper community, I'm going on a cruise with another dude. I think that's a little bit risky, or at least risque. It's probably both. It's risque and risky. Tank wants Archie Bunker back on TV. So do I. That was a tremendous show. Yeah, bring clothes, bring a toothbrush. It's not that tough. What do I bring? What? Who? I don't know. I can't shit on this guy, but I sure want to. Let's see what else I have. Let's see what this one is. What is some good advice for new preppers in their 20s to 30s, likely single and living in the city? So a lot of people and not a lot of stores. What I loved about this is really the subtext of his question. Likely single. So this poor dude is having relationship problems. That's what I read into that one, and it just made me just feel horrible for that guy. Likely single. I will say this. Being a single person myself, it has occurred to me. And I was just talking, I have a really good friend who is on the same page as I am. We always compare notes. And we both are reading the tea leaves, and it seems we both have come to the point where we say, okay, it seems like we're going to be going through some rough times. Now, he's married, and I'm not. And I do see how much easier and straightforward it is when, you're the sole proprietor. He wants to take all sorts of steps, right? And he can't do it. He's handcuffed. I get to do whatever crazy shit I want to do. There might be, Tank. There might be some sort of drilling on the cruise ship. Let's see what's next. What else I got? Would it be safe if you needed to heat from water in a paper bowl using a propane torch, heating on the top? I would assume the gas would not really get stuck in the water, but just wanted to be sure. I need to heat this water, but I only have a paper container. That is quite the specific ask. And based on this post, this guy needs to spend a whole lot more time in the prepping mindset, right? What he's saying is, I'm not prepared. I want to heat water in a paper bowl with a blowtorch. That is a special kind of weird, Georgie. It just paints quite the picture, right? I didn't read the comments, the responses to this thing, although I'm sure they would have been really enjoyable. I'm sure people were like, get supplies, get a bowl that is not, preparing is all about the future. It's not like, I guess if shit hit the fan, then all the posts would be like, I'm in the woods, behind a Dollar General, living, under a trash can. How do I make fire for my macaroni and cheese? Whatever. Tank says, buy a bowl, use an empty can. My guess is he will hold the water with the left hand and torch with the right. Just what a weird, funny post. I have several ways to cook. I don't need electricity. I don't need water. I mean, I do need water, but I've got it all set. I can make fire 12 ways to Sunday. See what else we got. LASIK should be a must for any prepper with glasses. Now, this one I included because this is one where I read it and immediately I was like, yeah, probably correct. That's a really good point. We established yesterday I have dreamy eyes, right? But we've also established that I can't see shit without my glasses. This is a good point. Have any of you guys done LASIK? Is this even, is I the idea of someone cutting into my, what is it? Is it cornea? Is that what they're shaving with lasers? I got a guy that works for me, and 7 or 8 years ago, he had LASIK, and it went bad. They had to redo it, and in the interim, he was really fucked up. Makes me worried. Maybe I should just get several pairs of glasses. Maybe that's it. We know I have a magnifying glass around here somewhere. I don't remember where it is. Wonder if that's still in Studio A. I thought I brought it here. Let's see. Georgie says what is a bill? Got LASIK and now years later needs glasses again. Right, it's only temporary, isn't it? I've heard people say that there are some sort of eye exercises you can do to have things come back. Amber agrees. LASIK does not last forever. You still need readers by the time you're 40. Well, shit. I've raced past that. Brother-in-law. Okay, Georgie, thanks. I learned something today. Does everyone know all the... what is that even called? Anyway... I'm sure everyone understood BIL but me. I don't know. 727. Let's see if I have... This one made me chuckle. If shit hits the fan, Google search won't work. Sometimes I think I would be completely useless without Google search, especially in a panic. This is one where I can't wait for that to happen if it's true. Because I don't know about you guys, but I kind of feel like Google is really it's become a hiding algorithm. It makes sure how to not show you the shit that you really want to see. Best exercises for eyes is watching the porn on the phone in landscape. Well, why do I need glasses then? Riddle me that. There are, if the internet is gone, oh man. Hot damn tamale. I still think it would be good. See, guys my age, people, guys and ladies, it's like we remember life without the internet. Think of the youngsters. Let's see what else we got. Splinters. Advice sought. Splinters. Again. This is a great insight into the mind of a prepper. How it... Pull it out. Do you have a splinter? Pull it out. I mean, end of story, right? That's another one. I got to go back and look at the comments on that one. I mean, tweezers and a needle. Maybe a flame if you're worried about, sterilization. Which a person like that, I'm sure he is. Life without the internet was good, Amber. Totally agree. I miss it, and it seems impossible. Do I even go a day without the internet? No, I don't. Nope. I need advice on splinters. This is good for me to see though, because okay, I can go through those prepper posts, and it's obvious that these people are just a little bit too worried and what I have to do and what I have done in going through these is I'm also looking in the mirror. I'm looking in the mirror, and that's partly my story too. I know when I share with normal people some of the things I'm doing, they're just like, what the fuck is your problem? Tank, you went just a day and it felt amazing. I wonder if I've had a day without the internet. I don't think so. See, newspapers, that's where you lost me. Newspapers do nothing for me. Listening to vinyl all day, now there's something. Wait. Danny said, quit sucking Pinocchio's dick. It took me a second. I was like, oh, right, that's to the Splinter guy. Oh my God, that is the comment of the week for sure. That's how Danny gets in the Tank coffee table book of all of Tank's posts. Maybe we got to wrap Danny into that thing. Makes me wonder, what are the comments Danny makes that you don't post, Georgie? Makes me wonder. Oh, just to check your bets. Do you do a lot of sports betting, Tank? I don't know a thing about it. I don't know a thing about it. I generally wait, you bet every day? Every day? Are you now? Every gambler I've ever known, you know, they talk about I'm up, I'm down, I'm out. Do you know? Have you lost money on this venture in total, or have you actually made money? It seems like that industry is. It's almost like it's not almost. It's designed to make sure that. Oh wow, that's crazy. You haven't put nothing huge. I haven't put money in my account since 2020. That actually sounds kind of fun. So that means down 6K on the. How long have you been gambling? I would definitely be a buyer of the Book of Dannyisms, Georgie. There's no doubt. I would definitely be a buyer. I love it. There's some talent in the pepperonis for sure. It's not even a question. Raucous. It would be raucous and offensive. Raucous. That's a good word. You have a good. I respect your vocabulary, dear. I really do. Oh, you pulled it out as winnings. I see. So you're up 6K. Hey, God love you. There you go. I did that in the way I've. Maybe it's like gambling. I don't know. But what I've done over time, now that I really think about it, is it's not as fun. It's but I'll place a bet on a stock, right? I think the best thing that ever, the best run I've ever had actually was with Pepsi of all things. Made a lot of money from Pepsi. Probably spent a lot of money on Pepsis too. You pulled out and still have 4 kids? That is very nicely done, Amber. Very nicely done. The band is broken. Was there a pair of surgical scissors involved in that? Wait a minute. Okay, Robo says, Tony, I recently discovered the joy of Under Armour headgear. Oh, heat gear shirts. I now respect the shirt you're wearing. Are you referring to, if I remember correctly, Robo Kitty, you don't like the synthetic materials, right? You want just cotton. Is that what you're saying? Because this doesn't bother me at all, but I know what you mean in general in the past when we've talked about synthetic materials. Tank, when my dad got snipped, I was told the story later. He had to, his privates swelled up like the size of a grapefruit, I think is what I was told. And he had to sit on ice literally. So there's that. So it is the material, Robo. You bought a half zip Under Armour Heat Gear shirt, and I'm hooked. They're silky smooth. They're very nice. I'm super glad to hear this. Now I know what I can wear when we finally meet. And there's a long embrace. Probably uncomfortably long, and I'm sorry. Just give you a little warning. I hear you, Tank. I hear you. Let's see. Oh, 7:36. Let's get to some mailbag, people. Let's get to some Robo used the word couple, everyone. I see that. Couples who wear heat gear together stay together. I guess when we finally meet, Robo Kitty, in the month of May, I'm going to read into whether or not you're wearing Under Armour. That's what I'm going to do. This is probably very dangerous that I'm saying this publicly. I just wonder if this is going to be entered in as evidence down the road. It's too late now. Anyway, let's get to some mailbag. Let's see what some people are saying. You know what's funny, Robo? I didn't know it's called heat gear. I didn't even know. I just know, like, I like the feel of it, and I like the look of it, so I bought it. Let's see. If anyone wants to send a letter into the mailbag, keep it coming. ChicagoTonyV@gmail.com. And here we go. What do we got? Dear Tony, help me to understand something about investing that has always confused me. Almost everyone I know, whether or not they seem to have any wealth, will say owning real estate is a no-brainer. But isn't it true that most homeowners don't actually own their homes? Yes, they might have some equity over time, but isn't it correct to say you don't actually own real estate until you have it paid off? This is from Kendra. That is a very smart question, I think. Oh, do these shirts burn up? If I need to heat myself, I can just pull off this shirt and start a fire with it? Get out my Bic? Huh. Kendra's letter, I think, is very, very interesting, very intriguing. Let's see. Isn't it? I think it's true. I mean, if you live in a home, it's how much equity you have in it, I guess, is how you can. That's what you can safely say. Whatever. That's how much I own. I would agree that if you're still paying on it, you don't really own it. I think there can even be an argument that. So I got a buddy, for example, who paid his house off a couple years ago, but he's still paying this thing called property taxes. And if he doesn't pay property taxes, he'll be locked in a cage and he'll lose his home. So it could be argued that people don't own their homes, even if they've paid it off totally. I think it's gray area. But another thing is, if you look at these mortgages, right, the way they work, the interest you're paying is way up front. So I'm a huge believer in pay extra early in the life of your mortgage. You're going to save a ton. People essentially, they pay for their homes twice, pretty much, with these 30-year mortgages, even if it's fixed, if you do the math. Now, if you pay extra, that can go right towards principal, and you end up through the life of the loan just paying way, way less. So you're better off as much as you possibly can in the early part of your loan. Pay extra. Now, later in your loan, a vast majority of those, payments late in the loan, that's all going toward principal, and there's not much interest left. They've already made their money. Today is 420, Georgie. Good point. See, I'm not. That's not my thing. Maybe should I send Vince a card? Is this meaningful to him? We started a 30-year, but refinanced to a 15-year when rates plummeted. Yep. I do think in general, just for Kendra, I like the way she's thinking. You know, my dear old dad used to always talk about a home is where you live. It's not necessarily a great investment. And I think there's a lot of truth. When you think about upkeep, maintenance, and all that stuff, it's quite an expense. Quite an expense. Let's see what else. Let's see what's next. Hey, Tony, being Catholic, how do you reconcile with some of the more unsavory parts of the church's history, such as the Crusades and papal indulgences, which were essentially get-out-of-hell vouchers that were sold to anyone willing to pay for them? I'm not trying to belittle your religion, but I'm just curious. This is from Dale S. Yeah. Very, very interesting question. And I will say, as a Catholic, a cradle Catholic, right? This is not offend me at all, like in the least, because I mean it's part of history, right? Like the Crusades, right? What did they? I can't remember which pope it was, but what did they go conquer? Was it Constantinople? Is that their first big thing they took over? It was horrible part of history. But I'm pretty clear. One of the things is I'm positive I wasn't alive back then, and I didn't have anything to do with it. And what's the other thing he mentioned? Indulgences, right? That's another just. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just total bullshit. Where you could pay to get this papal blessing, right? This get out of hell free. I love the way it's worded. Get out of hell voucher. Yeah, that's what it was. And that's a real thing, and it's ridiculous. So the way I view Catholicism, and really any religion, is I think it's of cultural significance, right? It's of cultural significance. So for me, I go to church, and there's a lot of very, very nice people, right, that I have stuff in common with, and that I've known for a long time, and we volunteer together, and we, so it's a cool thing. So I sort of, I'm well aware of, these top-down structures, which unfortunately, the wrong kind of people seem to climb. I don't care what organization it is, right? If there's an organization that has power, then kind of psychopaths are going to find their way into the thing. And Georgie says, on Jeopardy last night, there was a question about the Children's Crusade. Is that the same thing as the Crusades that the whatever crazy Pope kicked off way back in the day? Carbon credits. That is actually a terrific point by Georgie Girl. Yes. It is exactly the same. Let's go through this. Back in the day, they told you this story, right? There's this thing called original sin and whatever, or sin. You're a sinner, blah, blah, blah. There's these. And guess what? That's probably where you're going. However, I am the conduit, right? I have the ear of God and whatever, and just pay me this money, and all will be forgiven. Just trust me. It is the exact same freaking thing with global warming. They told us the story. They've been telling us for years. And you're a horrible person. But guess what? We have this system now. All you got to do is you got to do this crazy. All you got to do is live like a communist, and the earth will live. Same thing. Very good point. Robo says, before I watched that Borgia show, I didn't realize the Pope was basically a king. Yeah. They were huge. They're still hugely, the money still to this day is ungodly. But it's always good to see Lady Letter Carrier in the stream, isn't it? What a sweetheart she is. Anyway, great point by Georgie Girl. Very, very nicely done. Let's see. Big Diesel, I am in a musical rut. I'm tired of my tried and true playlists. I want to branch out. What is some tunage you really enjoy that maybe is lesser known? I like just about anything if it's good. Cat Lover J. Okay. Cat Lover J. It's an interesting name. I'm assuming that's not your birth name. Let's see. Oh, see, this is one where the pepperonis are going to answer. Boards of Canada is great, says RoboKitty. Never heard of it. Now I got to check it out. That's great. Love it. How about one that comes to mind for some reason, because I've been re-listening recently? Poi Dog Pondering. Does anyone know Poi Dog Pondering? P-O-I Dog Pondering. They're interesting and lesser known and pretty cool. Boards of Canada. Never heard of it. I'm kind of surprised we don't see a message from Tank right now. And there he is. Put on a random playlist of a genre you wouldn't normally listen to. You'll find something you like, then follow that rabbit hole. Is that like in Spotify, you mean? Is that what people do? I haven't said Spotify in a long time. I still got it. Still got it. Oh, you haven't thought about Poi Dog in years, huh? It was a good poll. What can I say? Oh, Pandora, too. Pandora and Spotify. Boy, I haven't been on Pandora in like a decade. Interesting. Anyway. Oh, and so this Canadian Boards or whatever has a cult following, huh? That's always good. Spinal Tap. I'm sure this person knows Spinal Tap. Let's see what else we got. Mr. Vito, I've never been much of a financial person, but I've started following several supposedly experienced experts. What I keep hearing on a consistent basis is buy commodities, but I don't even really know what that means and how to do it. Can you give me maybe a super beginner level understanding of what buy commodities means? Do you think this is a good approach? From Kayla from Lowry. That's Virginia, right? Yeah, so I think that so So first of all, well, I'm not a financial person. I'm just another bozo on the bus. And so, in terms of, first of all, why are they saying buy commodities? And then let's talk about what commodities are, right? So why they're saying buy commodities is pretty much like it's pretty well understood or believed across the board that the stock market is in a hyper bubble, and it's a game of musical chairs. It's gotta implode, and I'm a believer in that. I pulled out of the stock market as much as I possibly could a little while back. Bond market is also hosed. This is the inversion that you may have seen financial people talk about. The what is it? The 2-year and the 10-year yields were inverted, which is a very, very bad sign. So in general, people are expecting recession. All of this crazy printing of money and all the crazy inflation are signs of a very sick system, et cetera, et cetera. So I think the reason they're saying buy commodities is, let's take something that's not a commodity, like let's say Apple Computer, for example, right? I'm looking at an overpriced MacBook Pro right now. Because the economy is going to shit, people are going to have less money for the fancy stuff they want. Or let's take another stock that I used to love, absolutely love, was what are the really high-end purses? Maybe it's Coach, I can't remember. But like these high-end things, it's going to take the dirt dive, right? It's a want, not a need. So when they're talking commodities, they're talking things like wheat, corn, oil, gold and silver, right? People people like to think they're going to cut back and, I just won't drive around as much. Well, good luck with that. So like the oil companies they're already doing fabulous. They're going to continue to do great. Food prices have skyrocketed, right? Those are commodities, right? They're going to do just fine. Now, Kayla, how can you're probably a beginner, which is totally fine. It's totally fine. Better late than never. A way you can get into it is take some of your dollars in your bank account, right, which are losing value at an alarming rate, right now, and put them into a commodity, gold or silver. Super easy. Find a coin shop near you and go convert some of your money into that, and now you have commodities, and you have a bit of a safe haven. Do whatever Pelosi does. Holy shit. Don't do the cosmetic surgery, though. She is looking like a shiny Muppet these days, isn't she? I mean, is there anyone closer to just an animated corpse in politics right now? Well, Joe Biden, maybe. I don't know. Don't do the plastic surgery, Kayla. Gold and silver. She is evil. She is horrible. Let's see what else we got. What are we at? Oh, 754. Holy hell in a handbasket. Weekend at Pelosi's. Says RoboKitty. Oh my God. That is so perfect. Holy shit. That got me going. Very nicely done. Oh, I just I can just wipe to myself again. That sounds gross. All right. Hey, Tony, my boss has been my boss for 3 years, and it's been a pretty good working relationship. He's a nice guy. Lately, though, he has seemed pretty distant and not interested in chit-chatting like normal on just a social level. It has me worried that maybe I'm getting the axe or some such thing soon. If I got fired, my wife and I would be in a world of shit. I don't have a performance review until September. How can I find out what's going on? Should I approach him? Should I just leave him alone? I'm getting nervous just typing this. This is from Dick T. Dick T. That's interesting. We don't get many Dick T's in the mailbag. We don't get many Dick T's in the mailbag. I'm so proud of myself right now. Grab a paper bowl and warm up some soup. You're getting canned. Here's the thing, okay? And this is kind of a tie-in to what I was saying a minute ago. Everyone is getting a little nervous. I think if we go into a recession, people are going to be losing their jobs. That's just the way it goes. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Dickie. You can't all you can do, just try and be a good employee. Just keep doing your best. Now, can you check in with your boss and and get a little guidance? That's fair. I would think any boss, if you have an employee that just checks in, hey, can I get a quick check-in? Is there something I can be doing differently, or am I, don't be check in and be like, hey, is my employment safe? Just keep it focused on your job and what you're supposed to do, and just be the best employee you can be. That's what you got to do. I think if they've been friendly, chances are Dick's personality is fine, right? Seems like it was going good, and then it just kind of didn't. The other thing, too, is maybe your boss is going through some shit, right? Maybe his wife was messing around with the mailman. Maybe, who knows? So just don't read into it. Just keep on trucking. Try and be the best employee you can be. Do your best. That's all you can do. Whatever. I don't know if that's helpful or not. 758. Holy camole. Let's see what else we got. Dear Tony, what is it like to be you? By that, I mean, what do you spend most of your time thinking about? From Krista B. Krista. That's got to be Krista. Okay. Well, we already know that I'm a bit of a worrywart. We covered that earlier in the show. I think about ways not to starve. I think Robo is correct. I do a lot of thinking about prepping. It's not fun. Someday it's going to be something that I'm proud of, just not yet. Ladies, prepping farmland. Farmland could really be wrapped into prepping, and ladies could be wrapped into Dick T's. I think a lot about food too. A lot of times, what's going on in my head is I'll get that idea, right? That idea. I'm kind of hungry, which usually is actually a lie, right? It's actually not true. It's not true. Most of the time, my brain says I'm hungry. Really what it means is I'm running low on fucking processed chemicals. And my body is starting to, now because it has a little space, it wants to clean it out. And so I'm feeling, it's almost like feeling hungover. I can't tell you how true it is. Tony wants to have a steak dinner on his farmland with a lady. So true. I just hope her clothing is made of the right material. That's all I'm saying. And yes, dehydrated. This this salty freaking I'm kind of rethinking my stash. I'm swelling up. It's insane. So anyway, what do I think about? I think things like don't eat yet. Wait a little bit. And I think how are they going to kill me? How are they going to take my money? I think that a lot too. And I think some other things that I'm just going to leave to myself. I've probably said enough. Anyway, that's an interesting question. 801. Oh my goodness. Time flies, doesn't it? It's probably time to wrap it up. 801. This hour went by really, really fast. I don't think a dehydrated steak dinner, that's basically beef jerky, right? If I had a lady over to the farm, and if she's wearing the right type of materials, I'm not going to feed her beef jerky, right? One more, hey, Robo. All right, let's see if I even have one more. Dear Tony, is it me or is social media getting very weird? I used to like keeping up with my friends and family, but I just find that I'm depressed and anxious the more I interface with Facebook, Twitter, and the like. Are you a fan of social media moderation or even long vacations from social media? This is from Anil. Anil, let's see. How do I even answer this? It's not that I'm a fan of. It's not that I'm a fan of taking breaks. It's like I have naturally, purposefully or not, I have kind of set it aside for long periods of time. I've been on. I haven't been on Facebook in a long time. Facebook is cancer, says Georgie, and I tend to agree. And I took a huge, I really kind of even put down Twitter. Twitter is lovely and it's evil at the same time. Now I have picked it up over the past couple days. And what Twitter has started to do, they're giving me all sorts of suggestions, which I don't like. I posted about it this morning on my Twitter. I'm trying to go through my feed to catch up on what my buddies are saying, and Twitter is showing me all these. Hey, you probably want to look into this topic and this topic and this person and this person. It's like, no, show me the people I followed. Anyway, and yes, I think it is getting weird. I think all this censorship that's happening is weird. It's weird that it's normal. You know what? I don't think I've talked about this on the show yet. I took that week off last week, and I didn't do a good job at all. Kind of, it was a sort of a last minute decision. I didn't take a good job of letting people know, hey, I'm off next week. You want to know what's crazy? So we have the VIPs, pepperonis that we see all the time. Well, there's people that love this show. Why, I'm not entirely sure. But they don't interact at all. You've never heard of them on this thing. But they'll send me emails and stuff behind the scenes. And last week, do you know what I was asked over and over? Have you been censored? Were you deep sixed? Isn't that interesting? It's become so normal now. It's bullshit. I don't have the time or inclination to like try some of these supposedly still currently free platforms. Odyssey, the video thing, is I just heard that Google just bought it, so that's gonna go to shit. I don't know. You can't win. CIA eraser. Yeah, pretty much. Seems like it. Seems like it. I feel like that's not a very positive one. I want to, even though it's 8:05, I don't know if I could fit something in. I got a meeting coming up. Maybe this next one will be positive. Let's see. I was on a covert CIA mission last week. Okay, hey Tony, thank you for taking my question. I'm 45 years old and the president of a small community bank. I've got 3 boys, 1 girl, a beautiful wife, and a golden retriever. I have treated my family to a lavish lifestyle. We take fancy vacations. We have a lake house and a ridiculous boat. Jesus, this guy's macking it. My family is used to this. Without going into detail, let me just say that I've figured out we can't sustain anything close to this lifestyle moving forward. How do I possibly break it to my family that the party is over? Yikes. Roger S. I did not know that's where that was going. But good news. Good news, Roger S. All right, here's the thing. This is not a positive one, says Georgie. I'm going to actually make it positive. Or I'm at least going to try to, because I think this is not all bad. Let me explain. All right, so I grew up with the kind of the type of lifestyle that Roger S. is describing. Now, my parents, they weren't flashy, but they were flashy. Mama V is still with us, and she's the flashy one. So it's weird. We lived in very nice, palatial mansion type things. But we didn't do like boats and Ferraris and shit like that. But anyway, but now I'll tell you that when I went to college, I was around. Well, when I went in to George Washington, I was actually around kids that are even way richer than me. It's the next year I transferred to Indiana University, and and it was way different. A lot of farm kids, a lot of meager backgrounds and whatever. And let me tell you what I noticed. What I noticed is they were better prepared than I was. I was on easy street the whole time. So I didn't have to learn to fend for myself at all. And I found myself surrounded by kids of all types, but I mean, they'd been around the block. They knew they were more motivated than I was because they were sick of eating government cheese or whatever the hell was happening. And so I actually think this is a blessing in disguise. Now, I know a guy who was a big, very successful home builder who got completely obliterated in the 2008 thing. By the way, the thing that's coming, you heard it here first. It's going to be way worse than 2008, but that's just my opinion. But this guy, he got obliterated. He lost his fortune. He struggled. And he told me something. He took it very, very well. And he was kind of like the rock of his family. And his family's, obviously, their lifestyle changed hugely. And what he said was, what he noticed is my kids are watching me through this. They're kind of watching how I handle myself and how this goes. And so Roger S. has a chance to show his kids, his family, that it ain't all about money, and you still can have integrity, you still can have class. And I think this is going to be a good thing. I think this is going to be a dose of reality for your kids who are it's going to help them to take their own careers more seriously, right? And just be, I think it's good experience. I think it's good. And I agree with what Robo said is It's like ripping a Band-Aid. Just tell them, right? Just get it over with. I have no doubt that they're going to support you, Roger S., and be fine. I don't know how bad his situation is going to get, but it sounds like it's going to be a big change. It'll be fine. This will be good for them. So it's a good thing. Don't worry about it. I think that's positive, right? Welcome to the 99, says Lady Letter Carrier. Yeah. All right, listen. 811, shit on a shingle. I'm having too much fun here. Listen, thank you all for hanging out with me yet again this morning. It's always fun. I love you guys and I like you guys. You're good people. What else do I want to say to you? I don't know. Stock up on the Under Armour and some silver doubloons and some cans of tuna. Broken record. And thank you for a lovely day. I'll see you tomorrow morning on Reddit. Back in the saddle. Until we meet again, I just want to remind you, because you're beautiful people, you're good enough, you're smart enough. Don't take any shit from anybody. Okay? All right. See you tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.